And welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers. Can't wait to get into this show, Brad, because it's been a massive week in the Barossa footy. Massive's our favourite word here at the Benchwarmers, but it has. Women's Grand Finals going on. We'll delve into that a little bit more shortly, but some big games, and we've got a huge last round coming up in terms of finals.
It's all happening. We've been talking about a few of these scenarios for the last 8 weeks, and it is finally here, and I can't wait to get into it.
We thought it would come down to the last, how good it would be if that happened, and it has happened. So looking forward to that. We're going to have a quick break, thank our sponsors, and come back with a very special edition of the Feel Good Fill Up.
And thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, we are back with a unique, massive instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up this week, Chook, aren't we?
Yeah, we do. Before we get to the people behind us, we've got to thank Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide. And for all your refinancing needs, go down and see the team at Northern Adelaide. But let's get straight into the people behind us, Brad.
That's enough of the sensible stuff, Chook. The winner of the Feel Good Fill Up this week, after knocking off Williston 2-2-14 to 2-1-13 in the Barossa Light and Gawler Women's Grand Final, the Feel Good Fill Up goes to the Gawler Centrals. Chookie, you know a bit about this team. Tell us a bit.
Yeah, well, they haven't beaten Light, Barossa or Williston in a regular game all year. Williston undefeated. They've lost one game before this in 3 years, and the girls have come through a final series where they've knocked off Light, Barossa and now the Donnybrooks to win it all. So they've come from fourth, Brad, after not beating one of those teams throughout the regular year.
Some superstars, Chook, and they're ripper people as well. We got some stars. Erica Rowe, we know how good she is. Shannon Murphy, best on ground. Kate Grady, back from an ACL. How's it going, Kate?
Oh, I'm feeling amazing.
$1 million. No, well done, girls. Great to be here. Great to be part of it. Big shout out to High Perform. But Chookie, we will be back next week with another massive instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up after we soak in this. Let's go!
Well, Brad, what a big Feel Good Fill Up that was, and what a way for the girls to celebrate.
Chook, they are absolutely flying, and how fitting that they're partying on at the Exchange. We couldn't have done that better ourselves.
We couldn't have, and we did forget to thank, in all of this, we forgot to thank our sponsors off the top. So big thanks to the Exchange for hosting us, and Gawler Central Celebration as well. Great sponsor of us here at Cotton Media. Let's get into the games of footy this week, Brad. It's hard to come down from that because it's been a big effort up there with the girls, but we're back. Let's talk footy. Tanunda, 14-11-95, defeating Williston 3-5-23, and I'm out of breath, Brad.
Chookie, you are, and I'll take over, mate. And this is what we all wanted to see, not because we don't like Williston, but because it's going to now all come down to the last round, and we'll digest the Gawler Central game. But we knew this was a danger game for Williston. Tanunda, they showed up for the fight. We know they're a good side. And they just brought the bacon this week, Chook, and Williston just couldn't quite match it. The best for Tanunda, Calhoun, Guernsey, our boy, he is a superstar, and we don't give him enough shout-outs on the show, do we, Chook? Thompson, third best. Goals, Trainer 4, Guilfoy 3, Calhoun 2, and May 3. Sorry, Miss May. Best there, Fry, Evans and Childs for Williston, and just the single goal kickers there to Evans, Lehman and Walton. Sammy Walton on his 200th game. Not the way he would have liked to celebrate it with that result for Williston, but he is a superstar, and well done, Sammy, on a massive career.
Been a long servant of the Williston Footy Club, and one of their great servants, one of the great men of the Barossa competition as well, so well done to Sammy. And it's been a long year. They're a young group, Williston, and it's been, you can see those young teams at the back end start to wear out, and fortunately injuries and all that do take its toll. And Joshy Waldhutter's overseas, and Izzy McKenzie's been playing fair bit of Sanford footy with the Crows, so a lot of responsibility comes back onto the skipper Tyson Earlham, and a few of those senior boys.
Couple as well, had a little ankle, but he was back. I imagine he's going to take a little bit to get back up to the pace as well. I imagine he'll be better for the run, and hopefully he'll be flying by next week as well.
He will. So it's obviously tough for him, but big game for him next week, which they'll be making sure they get up for the crosstown rivalry there as well. And the Pies, they've probably been the other way, been hurt throughout the year, interrupted with injuries, and they've got some talented players, we know that, and we felt like they've underperformed this year, but you can feel like this last 4-week block, they've really started to hit their straps and are playing some great footage, and we've been told beware. They're red hot, ready to go for next year.
Beware the sleeping magpie, Chook. They could be really good next year, Chook. Guernsey tells us all about it as well. We know he's a star, and he obviously had he probably would have had a few sleepless nights there for a while as well with the newborn baby, so that would have interrupted the season as well. But they have had a few injuries as well throughout the year. But they have built really nicely. We know they're getting all these beautiful renovations as well to the club rooms and the oval, so that's got to attract some players and all the rest of it. So looking forward to seeing them next year. Yeah,
they're going to be a very good side, and good luck to Guernsey in the off season as well, as he twists his fingers over a cricket ball trying to take a couple of wickets in the Barossa as well for Tanunda. Let's have a look at the next game. Barossa taking on GC, and another this competition, Brad, we've said there's 3 teams in at Barossa, 24-28, 172, defeating the Tigers 4-5-29. A big win for the Dogs, your Dogs.
That's right, Chook. I've been on them for a couple of years now. They were struggling 2-3 years ago, but they are really hitting their straps and becoming a real contender. So they got some real talent there, Chook. Their best, Owen Mazzone, he's back in good form after his trip away. Rizwick, and I can't wait to digest this, Chook, he was 3rd best. Rizwick, 6 goals. Owen 4, Arthur 2, Griffiths 2, Kickle 2, Mazzone 2, Shillabeer 2. I'll get back to that, Chook. Let me get there. Best for Gawler Central were Mitchell, Mercer and Saunders, with just the single goal kickers as well. But if we have been following all the drama, Chook, Rizwick 6 and Shillabeer 2 brings them tied apiece on 49 goals with the bye next week.
You wouldn't read about it. It couldn't be scripted any better.
And they are 15 goals ahead. I should have added on over the next best, Lehman, on 34. So you think they've got that just about tied up, and that is just incredible.
Yeah, the mail is Riz has kicked 6 in the first half, and Schillers was having a bit of a bad day in front of the goals and kicked 7 points, and has said, let's just square it up. So the boys have managed to do that and squared it up and ended up in a tie, which I think is good, because I felt like no one deserved it more than the other, because for 2 blokes to kick 98 goals for your footy club in a season is very impressive, and I think sharing it is the right way for it to finish.
Yeah, it's only fitting, Chook, and it gave us something to talk about, didn't it, this week? So that is fantastic, and well done, lads, and 2 greats of great people of the league and of the game as well. So well done, fellas. Enjoy that, unless Nick Lehman does come over the top with 15 or 16 this week.
Against GC.
They have been shown they can be scored against Gawler Central, so they won't count their chickens just yet, but I reckon Rizwick and Shillaby will be pretty happy with their season anyway, nonetheless, and enjoying that week off before the first week of finals.
So the bye comes at a great time for them, doesn't it?
Fantastic. In AFL, they all get the week off. So Barossa, they've done that perfectly.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Good one to watch there. Let's have a look at the next game. Kapunda 6-6-42 defeated by Angaston 32-15, 207. This is another team that injuries probably early in the year have hurt them to key personnel, and their last month, Tanunda and Angaston have been 2 of the most informed sides over the last month.
That's right, Chook. I can't wait to launch into the show next year with you. It'll be good to catch up again, but it'll be good to see how some of these teams come on. Even your likes of Freeling as well. They've really taken a step forward this week. Kapunda, still good to see them get a few goals on the board, but Angaston, that's a massive score, Chook. 207. I haven't seen a score like that for a long time from them. So that's fantastic. Kapunda's best there, Neville, Joey Brown, he keeps keeping on. Mudge 3rd best, and goals Zen Andrea 3. He's a star, Chook, of the comp. Best for Angaston, Durden, Somerton and Miles. Goals there, Durden 8 if you don't mind, Shannon 5, Ben Anthony 4, Colhagen 3, Tuckwell 3 and Jaden Anthony 2. A big day for the Anthonys.
Yeah, it is, and you see the best players there. Durden and Somerton, probably their 2 most important players in terms of talented, two of their top end talent, and then their skipper and Jack Miles is their top 3 best players. So, when they get those on the park together, they're a force to be reckoned with, and they showed that on the weekend. And as well to see, 6 multiple goal kickers, that's a great spread for Angaston and something that they'll be very happy with heading into next year as well, Brad. Let's have a look at the last game. South Gawler 27-10, 172 defeating Freeling 7-13, 55.
Yeah, Chookie, we probably went about the way we would have thought if we were going to predict a scoreline. Massive scoreline for South again, and they're super well drilled at the minute. Gavin Chaplin, he's got him flying. He is a star of a coach, isn't he?
Yes. Oh, again, he win another Coach of the Year this year, and could make it 3 in a row, I reckon, for Chappie. And he's just a very talented man in the caper.
Yeah, no, he's a star, Chook. Best for South Burton, he is flying. Whitwer and Gilchrist, goals there. Gilchrist 6, he had 5 in the first half.
Ooh.
The young, tall forward. He got a really good reach, Chook. He's a really raw talent. So he'll, as he keeps filling out, he could be anything. Barch 3, Fenwick 3, and Norman 3. Best for Freeling, Ozzy Poulton, your boy. You love him.
Fan.
Oliver and Daff, goals there. Cochrane 2, the multiple goal keepers for Freeling.
Yep. Good to see from Jolly Cochrane as well, owner of the Boat Deck Cafe down at Mawson Lake. So we'll appreciate a little shout out. Go down, see him for a little bacon and eggs number. But I think, as you said, 2 games, we saw this game probably going this way, just with where the 2 sides are at. But again, South's youth, I'm very, very buoyant on and very excited about what they can do for the next 5 or 6 years, Brad.
Yes, you are very buoyant on them, Chook, aren't you, mate? And Michael De Jong, Chookie, he's one that goes under the radar a bit. He's just as hard as nails, that lad. He cut his head open about this far over that. I think he missed about 48 hours with that and he was back into it. No, I think he had a week off, did the right thing, but he's straight back into it and not missing a beat. And another young lad, Jackson Penrose, he's been out for a long time with a shoulder injury. Yep. Nice lockdown defender. He'll definitely play his part going into the pointy end of the year. Looking forward to watching all that, Brad. As we said, it was a great weekend in the footy, but this last round that we've got coming up, round 18, can't wait for us to get stuck into that. We're going to have a quick break, thank our sponsors, have a look at that to wrap up the show. It was a big weekend in the Barossa. Let's have a look at round 18, the last one of the home and away season, which can't believe it's coming to an end this quickly, Brad. But let's get into the games. First game, Freeling taking on Tanunda. Chookie, this should be a good game. 2 teams that are building nicely over this season and towards the back end of the year as well. I think Tanunda are probably tracking just a little bit better than Freeling, so I reckon Tanunda will get the chockies.
I'm with the Pies as well, Brad. Let's have a look at the next one. Anguston taking on South Gawler.
Anguston, another team.
The Blue and White Cup?
Yes, yeah, of course. And Anguston building nicely again. Another team probably gone better than we've said it probably all year. Better than what their win-loss has suggested. But they got a massive score on the weekend just gone. I think South will win comfortably, but I think Anguston will give them a run early.
Yep, I'm with you there as well. I'm going with the Lions. But I do think Anguston will push them as well. Let's have a look at the next one. Newry Ups are taking on Kapunda.
Yeah, Newry, they're just starting to find their straps this time of year, and Kapunda, we know they are struggling, Chook, and they'll be looking to have a big off season. I think Newry, they're going really well and will get it done pretty easily. Yeah, I think this is a game for Newry to get their full team in because it has been a bit misjointed this year, and getting their full team in and actually putting the foot down and playing a finals-like intensity, which I know. You know, if they're 10 goals up can be hard, but they've got to just find a way to drive 4 quarters of that as well, the Tigers. That's right, Chook. And I think they won't leave anything out there. I think they'll want to be really starting to hit their straps because they've been a little bit up and down like you touched on. So I think they'll want to have a full hit out and really put Kapunda to the sword. Yeah, with you there, Brad. And the last game, which has finals implications on the line, it's 4th v 5th. Tied points, winner plays in a final series this year. We love this stuff. Gawler Central taking on Williston. Both have been belted on the weekend, and we're talking about them playing in a final. It's a really interesting one, Chook, because we're talking about how good all these other teams are going, and they're actually missing out because they've obviously just haven't got as many wins on the board early in the year. So credit to Williston and Gawler Centrals for getting themselves in this position. Injuries to both teams have probably just changed what their teams look like. I think it'll be a really close one. I think Gawler Central by a couple points. Yeah, I'm with you as well. I think it's bizarre how this year's gone. You look at the Angustons and Tanundas and of the world, they're going better than Gawler Centrals and Williston at the moment, but they've won enough games and they deserve the place on the ladder. I'm also going to go with the Tigers in a really close one. Charlie Molyneux to will the boys over the line and get them into a final series. He's a star, and that'll be fitting. Yeah, all right. That's my call. I'm going with you. It's a bit boring when we all match, but I like it as well when we're on the same page. So, big show here again. When we come back, we'll be previewing the finals, Brad. First week of the finals, wrapping up round 18 of
Saturday,
the BLG
Sunday
season
as well, so plenty to talk about.
Can't wait.
First week.
That's going to be massive. Can't wait to get stuck into that.
We look forward to seeing you all next week. Enjoy the local footy, get out and support your team this week, and we'll see you all next week.